So if you like Dota, you're in for a treat.
Yeah, you should not be watching right now. I don't know why you're on this channel.
Yeah, you go back to LoL or COD. I think COD came out with a new game. I don't know.
Yeah,
Winter Undead Reborn the third. I don't know. Anyways, OG are going to be the first to chicken out from this Wisp game right now, and they are not going to risk allowing the first pick and the swap of the Tiny or any of that crap. They're over it.
It's 2-0. Why not? Like, just ban it out. NiP have first pick this time around. You don't want to. It's been very much a trend where the IO has been winning games and the Tiny has been losing games. So
think about the commitment for the Dazzle, though. You have some first pick options. They could have just grabbed up like the Queen of Pain, let's say, but they're just like.
I think it was Dazzle that was banned out both games so far instead of the Wisp
in first phase.
I believe so.
Maybe.
What else was banned? Was Darkseer? No, sorry,
like
Darkseer was banned
always,
game 2.
Doom always. Last
SF
time
was
Shadow
always.
Fiend, and then like Queen of Pain in the first game, and maybe Undying.
There was one Darkseer ban as well, and
Darkseer, yeah, and Darkseer's still out there right now. So OG, they get their 1-2 punch. A Gyro Undying here.
Gotta imagine NiP are looking at the Darkseer.
Darkseer, Queen of Pain, still out there and available.
It's the thing, you're gonna look at the trade-offs here. Do you go for the strong offlaner, or do you really value having that big snowball mid for Limp? You're on the Radiant side, and that's where Queen of Pain not necessarily ideal mid because he doesn't have that jungle stack same farming capabilities as some heroes do.
I want OG to do the Vici gaming thing. They'll pull out the Alk and then somehow squeeze in a Morphling. Don't foresee that happening. Cool. Actually, maybe. If a team is to do it on the Western scene, I think OG would. Fly plays Undying very often, so he could step off and play that. You could throw Moon into a Morph, which I don't know how he would feel about that, having to play like the Morph position. And we already know that both No-Tail and Miracle have played Alchemist, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
I just love that strat. I'm sad we didn't get to see it at Nunyoung, but
Secret.
We'll see if a Western team will ever play it at all. Yeah, Secret.
This is a good Alchemist game with or without the Morphling too. I feel you've got it goes well with the Undying Gyrocopter. That they're good heroes to protect the Alchemist, give them time to farm up. If you go for more fighting Alchemist build, it's also viable. So yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing something along those lines.
For now, though, we have a Darkseer here. NiP, I'm thinking they're probably going to want to go for Queen of Pain. Works well with the team fight. Vacuum Sonic Wave is still pretty sweet, unless they want to get something to synergize with the Dazzle a bit more.
I feel like OG may even try and block that and either ban it or pick it themselves, since they have first pick coming out of the stage. Unless there's some big hero they really want for the mid lane. The two main mids left, in my eyes, is the Wind Ranger and the Quap. There's a Lina, but Quap and Wind Ranger are the two kind of trendy ones right now that can looked at as like your premier mids. So if they want to ban one and pick the other, it could give NiP a spot of trouble. And then we look towards, like, as far as NiP is concerned, outside the mid, we still don't know what Era's going to be playing.
Yeah.
Likely to go for something more greedy and late game. Like, he actually, like, a lot of teams are running their, like, one position in the mid, but he's playing the one position from the safe lane. If you get a mid who can't farm the stacks that well, it's going to be Era farming those stacks.
Definitely playing something new. No Tiny this game, unless they again reach for the a la carte Tiny. And in the first game, he played Gyrocopter. So I wouldn't mind playing something a bit different. Obviously, OG going to be banning out the the Spirit Breaker. Very good with the Darkseer. And the follow-up is going to be a Jug. So I guess that's something that Era had been pulling out time to time. Great mid-game fighting potential. Great sustain that go with the Dazzle and could add to being more objective and siege-based. But OG don't want that. They don't want a huge mid-fighter to have to deal with.
Yeah, and they're banning out fighting heroes that do well really early. The Jug, who just needs some levels, level 7 with the Max Blade Fury. Spirit Breaker, who combos very well in lane with Darkseer and fights extremely well in the first 10 minutes of the game, which makes me think either OG are going greedy and want to protect their lanes, or they're going to go for something really aggressive. Bane doesn't really tell too much, though, as far as what their overall plan's going to be. It's just a very strong laning support, and it's kind of just let's hide our cards kind of pick.
Yeah, I feel like there's got to be some reason why they want to go for the Bane over something like... I feel like a Lich is something else they could have gone for if they just wanted to do maybe some lane dominance there, but...
Lockdown, which is something they often they're lacking. Single target lockdown as well. They know Era's often on like a really hard carry that they just got to deal with Era and then you're fine. And you look at what NiP have right now, they don't have anything to cancel a Fiend Script. They're not going to hold on to the Vacuum until Fiend Script. If NiP are in a team fight, it's like, let's use the Vacuum Wall combo, and then, well, you've got nothing to cancel
Maybe
Fiend
they can
Script.
get something that's not BKB dependent. I mean, do we know no air to play anything like a Spectre at all. They're going to go for the Queen of Pain, which is not too surprising. It's probably one of the best options still out there.
Solid pick, no surprises there. Spectre's so-so. I think you want to be more aggressive.
He used to play a lot of PL, but we don't see PL played nearly as much, and it's not the best. It could be good, but I mean, it's good against Undying to get rid of the Tomb, because I believe the illusions still count as a hit.
Yeah, that's right.
So it's good against the Tomb, but Gyrocopter is a bit up in the air with...
Yeah, Gyro and
just the heroes.
I mean, OG could even pick an Ember if they really wanted to as well. If they saw PL. I think PL is just like a game-losing kind of hero a lot of the time.
We saw it once at Nunyoung, and I want to say it wasn't a win. Burning played it, actually, of all people. But the Nyx Assassin, this is feeling very Secret-esque of a draft right now. Do we know Moon to play the offlane Nyx? Is that typically what they roll with there?
I believe it will be. I don't know if he's not. He isn't. I mean, I don't.
So good against Darkseer though. That's the thing, and that was the thing that was analyzed a lot, and why Secret played it against teams that like to put more early priority on Darkseer, because Nyx Assassin is a combo breaker. Vacuum Carapace. You're not going to be able to get off that 1-2 punch so easily.
And you can always easily set up like a Carapace out of Vendetta as well to make sure you land the Vendetta hit as well as the Impale hit.
Yeah.
It's just a great pick. Not only, and in this game, it's not just the Darkseer. He can hunt down the Dazzle. He can hunt the Queen of Pain. And NiP go for looks like an Era Alchemist. Getting a bit greedy here.
Yeah.
Can OG
this is this? I don't know. I would be a bit nervous for NiP in their laning stage. It takes a while for Darkseer to get up to that point. Queen of Pain, we know, takes a bit of time. Can do well in the laning stage, but when she's off and ready to go, who's going to have her back besides potentially this 5th pick secondary support grab? Because we know Alchemist also needs a lot of time, and there are some good pressure heroes on the side of OG to give Alchemist a difficult time. Undying, Bane will be there to protect their bounty runes a bit. It could, be a bit difficult here. I don't know. This feels a bit ballsy from NiP to commit with so much greed. Bounty Hunter last pick, or last ban here. I don't know. I feel like Bounty Hunter would have been a great pick for OG, but they actually banned it out.
I think OG, they need a mid, though. They're looking at things right now. It's the aggression against the Alchemist, but...
Yeah.
They're looking for a mid to verse the Queen of Pain, and there's enough there. Wind Ranger as well as Lena both available, and there's some other less kind of standard. The Viper is still there. This is looking like a fine Viper game again. Great against like all the magic damage, the somewhat team fight Darkseer Queen of Pain combo.
Yeah.
After last game, we may even see a Viper ban, and then something like the Miracle Wind Ranger reappears.
I have to agree with you. Viper just seems to fit the bill here. They're going to ban the BM, though.
Yeah. That's
good control.
Yeah, and while we haven't seen today, No-Tail's been running this a lot, and it's not always... Miracle will play the Gyro when they pick the Beastmaster, so a Beastmaster would have given them tons of map control, huge gank and kill potential, and that would have been just a nightmare for Alk. Actually, I like this ban better than like a Viper or Wind Ranger ban.
Well, we'll have to see if Miracle wants to go back for the Viper again. I don't imagine any player likes to go back for the Viper.
Two games in a row.
Fata... I don't even know if Fata admitted or not he liked to play hero. I think he actually said he did. But it's just disgusting.
I mean, if it wins you games, Fata to me strikes one of those guys like, man, I'll play what I need to if it's going to win us games.
Of course everybody wants to win.
Yeah.
You want to win in style, and you can't style on Viper or Razor.
Whoa!
You can style on that guy, though.
Nice. No-Tail Meepo. Now we're
Meepo,
talking.
very good against Queen of Pain, everybody. Let me just put that out there right away.
Absolutely. Great against this entire...
That came from the mouth of Big Daddy No-Tail back when we did MLG.
Okay.
He was praising a lot about how he feels Meepo is so good against the Queen of Pain matchup right here that NiP could be in trouble once they put that Queen of Pain in the mid lane, if that's what they want to do.
Yeah.
I actually didn't think of that till now. It's like, duh. Oh, man.
And they have not got any real meat. You really need, like, two things. There's AoE stuns or single target burst damage, and they don't have either. I mean, it's
Earthshaker or Sand King here, maybe?
They're both, I guess, what you're looking for support. Earthshaker, you've got a defensive Earthshaker and Dazzle, two very kind of passive support.
Oh! This game 3 just...
They're gonna fight Cheese with support lane, a Dazzle Husker lane. This is...
What is Lim doing? He's playing Alchemist, alright.
Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna be...
Support roaming Quap.
Oh, the Pyjamas special here. Oh my goodness, this is gonna be a fun one, folks. I hope you're sitting back and relaxed with your snack ready to go. It's game 3 now of NiP going against Team OG here. The winner moves on to face Empire in the last round of the lower bracket. Loser, their Summit 4 journey will conclude.
Yeah. And this is like a decent Husker game, but it's by no means like an amazing, like, oh, they just picked Husker, they won kind of game.
Yeah.
It's great against Gyrocopter, one of the reasons where Husker became relevant and like a not like a top niche pick because of how well he worked, but there's a lot of control and lockdown. You've got Fiend's Grip, you've got Brain Sap as well, which is pure damage, so you can punish the Husker when he gets low and he's trying to armlet toggle. You've got Nyx with 2 stuns as well, Carapace and Impale, which are both pretty good duration, so armlet toggling is not going to be easy this game. And there's some pure damage, physical damage from a Meepo. It's not a bad pick by any means, but it's not like a we just won Dota kind of pick. We saw that Nanyang when it was Liquid who fifth picked the Husker, and Matamba Man was just like, we can't actually lose this game. And I even remember talking to the guys on the bus afterwards, and Jarek's was just like, I don't feel like I did anything. We just picked Husker, and I knew we kind of won. Like
that
Husker
was just such a Huskar game.
Yeah.
That was hard to watch. It was just like, you got Huskar. But that's the thing, is like, if you got the Huskar and you're not Huskaring, you're probably not going to be doing so good in the game. So, it's pressure on them to make this Huskar work. OG, though, with that crafty 5th pick Meepo, I got to say, got to be very, very comfortable here.
This early game is going to be really interesting. It's going to tell a whole lot. I mean, looking at it ever so slightly, prefer OG's draft, but the lanes and how things... NiP have done a really good job in general with setting up their lanes such that they can maybe kind of come back from a slightly disadvantageous draft.
They dodged that Meepo versus Quap matchup here.
But well, they dodge it by doing a support Quap, I guess.
I know.
It's like, if you want to pick Meepo against our Quap, joke's on you. It's not a core.
Problem is, though, is that now they have Crit here in the mid lane to try to give a bit of a hard time here to this Alchemist. He doesn't have that Cloud yet, so he's going to be forced back until it happens.
70 amount of Brain Sap. Spell.
Meanwhile, Fly is just chasing down Hanskin here.
Alk cannot touch a creep. This is
hard
brutal.
Life.
Yeah. And Bane will just probably do this for one more creep wave, perhaps. Just trade blows a bit, and then he just Brain Saps. If you hit him back, he doesn't care.
Well, at least he's got Acid Cloud now, so he can at least try to get some occasional last hits, or at least some lingering damage onto the Bane and No Tail here. But it's going to be a difficult time to play catch-up at this point with No Tail already being up and ahead, a hero who definitely peaks a lot sooner. I mean, could even match up. I mean, what do you think about the peaking time between an Alchemist and a Meepo? Both just accelerate farms so fast. It's easy to kind of favor No Tail in this case with the start he has in the mid lane, but overall, I don't know.
Meepo in general will come online earlier with like the 15-minute ags and then like an 18-minute blink, for example, as like your standard Meepo timings. And then Alchemist, but he farms faster and will be scarier if you give him if you don't pressure him. So
Party at top lane here.
Wow, that's a
4 from OG in the top lane. Moon's trying to get close enough for a spike here. Can he get it? Oh, swing and a miss. Not going to get the catch on Era, who will sidestep. And it looks like they're just going to play a bit of an audible call here and change the lineups.
Support Quap with Blink level 1. That's not the best sign for NiP, but forcing 4 heroes top and forcing OG to rotate up their lanes. I think OG were really hoping to find that kind of aggressive lane where they could pressure the Husker early on before he got levels, because Husker initially is not going to match up great against the Gyro when he's got low level points in the Berserker's blood.
No Tail just got both runes, too.
Oh, wow.
He just took the bounty away from the Alk bottom and then poofs his way to the top, which was already protected from his team. He'll get the bottle through the bounty right in the face of Limp. You wanted that? And then he goes up top lane and takes that one too.
So I guess, he answers your Meepo versus Alchemist question there. Good luck getting a bounty rune against the poofing Meepo.
Yeah.
He may go in for a kill here. He's got double damage. He's going aggressive. He's got a second ensnare. Couple of poofs. This will be close.
He is down, and No Tail is taken over on this Meepo.
Double damage, so good. For those of you who don't know, you can get double damage on your clones as well if you pop the DD when you're by your clones.
Sleep onto Arrow in the bottom lane here, looking to go for the Huskar. It makes an easy setup onto the spike. Fly's looking to rush in, but Fly's still only level 1 with the decay. Won't have the tomb, so Seal Kid will step in, get off the grid, and Arrow will be fine. Fly has been very mobile this game as well, trying to chase down top lane and now finds a home on the bottom. He still has yet to find the XP though to get to level 2.
Yeah, and this is a first blood on a Meepo who can now swing into the jungle, farm the lane as well as jungle is a big cause for concern for NiP. Alchemist is not getting quite the farm you'd hope for him to be getting in the mid lane. He's always a great hero, like kind of like the Shadow Fiend, where you know he's going to catch up and just farm the jungle, farm stacks, and hit those crazy GPMs. But the problem is just Meepo could likely snowball. He's gone in again. He's going for another kill at mid. This time around, it will be turned around.
Ooh, gets the stun off, and
nice bit micro
does not
though.
want to commit for that one. So Limp counting his blessings so at least stay alive from that onslaught. But Alchemist's not familiar with being kind of put in this position early on.
See what happens with these runes now. This is going to be interesting. No-Tail definitely at least one of them. I don't think he'll be able to get both, but...
And Limp is hoping that the top one's a bounty.
Yeah, please, please, please. I guess...
Oh, yo, it's gold, but not the bounty. And that means bottom, it's going to be snagged up from No-Tail there, so...
No-Tail
Things
now
continue to go the way of OG.
Yeah, level 6 with treads. This is a scary lane to be in for the Alchemist. If any kind of support rotates in, we could see a kill come out. And I don't feel like NiP are getting what they were hoping for out of a support corp. This is a hero that looks to... It's kind of like a roaming, blinking Venomancer, which can put on a lot of pressure on the lanes. Shadow Strike plus Blink just allows you to harass, zone out. Do what the Bane was kind of doing, except the Bane was there first, and he's just not a hero that Queen of Pain wanted to trade hits with because of the Brain Sap, so... Not a pick that has really come into play yet for NiP. And
well, I'm sure in their defense, when they committed to the quap, they weren't like, oh, this is definitely going to be a support roaming quap. And Hanskin's like, I'm not experienced doing this, but we'll try to make it work. Even here in the bottom lane, they commit in Shadow Strike, get some burn damage onto the zombie, but Fly is happy to shrug it off and will step away.
There was a cooldown top as well. It looks like Jonas managed to survive a cooldown Rocket Barrage duo.
Right.
Good a lot of damage out onto Darkseer, but he did salve up. And
Darkseer is getting good farm, because he's on this one-on-one matchup with Miracle. He's close enough to kind of get the XP, and he's getting closer to 6. He's got second most CS in the game, but it's like pretty far behind No-Tail. They're at 40 frickin' CS already.
Yeah. And No-Tail kind of on the move here. Hasn't been scouted up by any wards just yet, and Jonas may push too far up.
Gotta be careful. You have Surge, but... Oh, no, he doesn't. Oh, he will have a Soul Ring in 3 seconds.
If he gets hit by
away from his first bind. Oh, dodge it, boy. I can't dodge it. So Rocket Barrage, second bind, and the pointy-headed guy goes down.
Yep. And No-Tail's just being so effective right now in the early game stages of the game. He's jungling. He initially was mid, gets a kill. He comes top, gets a kill. And it's not even like he's missing out much farm here because his Meepo just gets a kill and it's instantly into the jungle to farm up neutral camps as well. Also denying runes from the Alchemist. Again, we'll see him at the top rune 6 minutes in, and trying to prevent this Alchemist.
Already at bottom. Hanskin is like, I'm going to get the haste rune. God, good for him. That's a haste rune. He gets the hell back in a way after committing the blink in for it. But look at Limp show up, gets the stun on the fly, and I don't think they're going to be killing him here. There is no easy target on the side of OG here for NiP. They have yet to even get a kill on the board. Let's touch base with Era here, who's kind of their dark horse for this game. This Huskar really needs to be a Huskar, and for now just has his helm. He's trying to get to that armlet. We'll have to see if he's going to be able to get there.
Yeah, a few more minutes and we'll see him really start coming online around level 7, level 8. With the boots plus armlet is where he gets really scary. For now though, Moon getting enough XP out of this offlane on the Nyx, getting close to level 5 and not getting completely zoned out by Huskar. So, very concerned right now for NiP.
Yes.
They just aren't getting enough out of the lanes. They're not punishing the Meepo. Alchemist is not really getting the free farm he'd hoped for. Has gone for 1 point in the stun earlier. I'm curious to see if he's going to go full greed mode. And if he's going to itemize towards the Radiance, or we see something more kind of early game centric and more points put in the stun perhaps.
He's going to get nags and give to Era. That's how all in they're going to go. I know, but it's like he's got to play a bit of a catch-up game here, and if he does decide to go a bit more greedy here and do the bootleg kind of Naga build-up, it will still take a lot of time here. Or do you go like Medallion, Blink / Shadowblade this game? More fighting eccentric.
Medallion, like SMY. There's like the stats type builds you can go for.
Not easy against a Meepo though.
Yeah. And that's, you're against a Meepo. So I feel like going for the greedy Radiance Manta build, it can get punished by a Meepo.
Yeah.
But the build to go for, so if you want to be able to fight the Meepo, you start level, okay, so we've got second point in stun at level 8. I think he's actually going to go back and max the stun and go for like a fighting type build, be it a mech or an SMY, a medallion, these kind of items just to give him some damage now.
Oh, Hanskin again. Yeah. That little bugger blinks in, grabs the rune. Will he pay for it with his life though? Tombstone committed, and he will TP out under a little shallow grave here. Man, that is back-to-back runes. He's going to snag right up. Yep. Very cute.
Still, it's not runes going the way of old Alchemist, which is, I guess, the ideal scenario for NiP.
That's the thing, though. With him going down this kind of path of build-up, unless he gets a lot of farm between now and then, this adds even more of like an expiration date on NiP here. If he can't just commit to extra greed and be a force to follow up this Era Huskar. I feel like that's more eggs in the Era basket for him to really be a problem in this game.
Things about to change soon with this game. Not necessarily for the better for NiP, but we're about to enter that like fighting stage of the game. Nick's going to hit level 6, so we'll have Vendetta. Miracle hasn't rotated yet off of his lane, but it's likely to happen with the Nyx hitting 6, as well as the Bane hitting 6 in the mid lane. So 2 big ultimates, Vendetta and Fiend Script coming online.
It'd be nice though if Handskin was also getting to his level 6. He's still trying to get to level 5, and you're looking at a crit Bane with level 6 on the other side. That's got to be a bit concerning here.
He's got a medallion already on Bane. Holy crap, that's a lot of farm for Bane. 26. He's been soloing mid. This has been a solo mid Bane for the last 3 to 4 minutes while Meepo jungles up an Ag Scepter.
I mean, Fly's been the one to suffer a bit, but I don't think they're too worried about that.
Meepo's got some ridiculous CS, right? Yeah, 94, 95. This is jungle farm, so it's not quite the same as getting lane creeps.
But he's about to have an Ags. My goodness.
This Ag's timing is pretty insane. Well, okay, he's still one component away, but like 11, 12-minute Ags is like ridiculous.
You did not stop him. Well, Era does have his armlet now, so when do we get to see Huskar go into raid boss mode? Top lane, though? Yep, they're looking to commit on in. They're trying to get a hold of Handskin here, and they will. Miracle could lose his own life. Jonas can't quite get the catch-up, but he will get burned apart.
That's okay for Gyro, though. It's a 1-for-1. Yeah, he only gets a support for it, but it's a rotation up there, up towards top. And Meepo's coming top. He's looking for Jonas and Fan. Needs another ensnare, but yeah, there we go. Easy kill.
I mean, it was nice for NiP at the time because they get a good gold thing. I mean, that's Meepo has that small, similar drawback to an Alchemist who gets a lot of farm, is just your team in general is going to have that much more of a net worth advantage. So when you do get pickoffs or some kills, you get rewarded. It's not the crazy rubber band it used to be, but you get a little bit extra. And because of that 1-for-1 trade, that even was the better of Gyrocopter. They had like a 600 gold swing from that. But now with the follow-up and No-Tail able to get the kill with his Meepo, it's even more for OG.
It's just really hard for NiP to play because there's so many threats on the map. You don't know if Nyx is going to be Vendetta ganking you. So you've got to buy sentries, and that's a lot of your much-needed support money being spent.
11-minute Ags.
You don't know if Bane's going to smoke and gank you with a Fiend's Grip. And right now, OG are also just stacking their Ancients. They're doing so much on the game to get an advantage here.
Handskin committing in. Not level 6 yet. Try to get some work done on Fly, who does seem like the weaker, easier target, being only level 4, but they can't get the follow-up there.
It's going to be a Vendetta in the mid lane here. Moon looking for a pick-off, perhaps.
He is the Mango Man right now.
And there's an Observer Sentry there. There we go. 11-minute Ags. That's absurd.
1050 technically. Yeah, he is just ridiculously farmed. Man, oh man. This is going to be a problem here. Bottom lane, they're going for Era. Boom. Vendetta strike. Boom. Stun.
No, they back up. Good decision from OG. They did not overcommit. They had no backup. I guess a TP could have come, but with Dazzle there, with a Grave, that was going to be ugly.
Do you think Miracle should consider like a Shadow Blade into the Silver Edge this game just to make sure they can keep this Huskar in check if he was to be a problem?
It's a possibility. I think going for your standard SMY MKB is going to be decent enough, but for now, it's kind of, you're going to wait and see how the game develops. You're not going to like commit to a Shadow Blade this early on. But Huskar's not even become a problem yet. We haven't actually seen him fight, so until it becomes evident that the Husker is the one hero that has to be hard counted, you're not going to change
here.
anything.
And Limp's just like, I got a bounty rune, so my life's great. But what he doesn't know is around the corner, the big man's going down. And No-Tail is utilizing that crit medallion and his own Agnums to just easily take an Aegis.
And No-Tail's been missing from the map for like the entire last 5 minutes of the game, so they were not expecting a Roche, considering that Meepo's been jungling. They just have no idea where he's been.
Well, now they know. He was in the Roche pit.
Yep.
But here comes Moon again, Vendetta up. Got the strike last time here, and it looks like he might be able to get it again. And boom! And stunned.
Oh, he armor toggled at the wrong time.
He didn't even need the help because of the toggle. He just goes down, and that is rough for Era, who's just trying to get the siege onto the tier 1 tower.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Not looking good for NiP here.
And Gyros is farming the Ancient stacks. Everything going OG's way here.
No-Tail shows up mid lane as Seal Katipi's in, and he's able to get off a Grave. Drops the weave. No-Tail wants to stand and commit to get the kill. He will be rewarded with that one, but look at the damage coming out from the Queen of Pain and Limp. And he poofs on through. It will cost him the Aegis here. But they have got to get back. They are weak and wounded. Blind Earthbind? Nah. Not going to happen.
Almost like a 1v4 triple kill or something there. OG, meanwhile, it's just like, just casually taking their Ancients here. Miracle with the help of a Tombstone. Something we're seeing a lot of teams do when they get the Gyro with an Undying, or an Undying with some other hero that can farm Ancients, is just use the Tomb to help you bring down Ancients early on.
Yeah.
And Meepo's just getting out of control. This is before his Blink Dagger's even up. He's level 14, the highest level on the Radiant side, level 11 on Alchemist, level 10 Darkseer.
I don't know if we're going to be seeing Huskar scary at all. It's actually him who's nervous here, and he should be, because Moon has got him. Boom! Bangs! There's the stun, there's the mana leak, No-Tail shows up, gets the bind, and Era is trying for his life to toggle, but it's not going to be happening here, and that could be the story of this game if things don't turn around for NiP.
Yeah. And this is where, like, you guys probably looking at this like, I don't even really need
Jesus. This is Earthbinds all over the place. Is anyone out there? No. No one wants to defend this. Don't worry about it.
No. I'm worried for NiP. They're going greed with the Limp Radiance, and it's very much like a toss-up. You go greedy and play for the late game, or you go for a fighting item, and if you lose a fight right now, you've lost the game.
Jonas walks right to a Fiend's Grip. There's going to be the Rocket Barrage and the call down. He does get the help from the Grave. Vacuum Wall, but they don't get the kill here. Jonas has got to step back and quick jump in Sonic Wave. They're going to take out Miracle. Limp looking to go in now for crit. Helper showed up though. Look at this. No-Tail gets in, gets Handskin down, turns for Seal Kid. Seal Kid goes down. A double kill for No-Tail on the Meepo. It was a good effort by NiP to turn things around there, but the fight lingers on a bit too long, and backup shows up, and again, OG are just going to be getting the last laugh.
And OG just everywhere. They're already poised to gank and initiate here in the bottom lane as well. Meepo looking to flank with a Blink Dagger in 5 seconds. Oh boy.
Moon's here too. He's looking to creep in. Imagine once he gets a Blink Dagger. No-Tail's going to scare him forward, but that's going to go to Moon, and oh, they poof on in. They surround him, and he is down. Oh man, this one might be over sooner than later, gods. This is NiP struggling to keep their Summit 4 life on the line.
Just a Meepo clinic right now coming out from No-Tail. A fantastic game for one, and the last pick Huskar, not a good Meepo counter. I think something that NiP just felt like could fit well here. It's a great Gyro counter, but the Gyro is not the problem. We will see him go down again, but it's kind of similar to top lane. When he goes down, it doesn't really matter because Meepo's the hero they really need to be killing.
And it's taken a lot. They finally get him down.
Woof. And here comes a possible counterplay. It looks like Meepo, not in fighting shape, is actually headed back to base to heal up a little bit.
Oh, Moon going greedy with his Nyx Assassin here. Doesn't go for the straight blink once a Midas. I mean, they're confident.
So far ahead.
Yeah, they're confident.
When you're ahead, you can just stay ahead by
going the MSS thing and go for the Octarine Core.
Oh yeah,
Agnum's build up. That would be a treat.
And with the Midas, you kind of secure some of that more ultra late game farm here if it does happen to go drag on that long.
Radiant's now done on Limp. They're hoping that this will be the farm accelerator to get him back into the game, and maybe he could side pressure and Naga style his game with a Manta and his own Octarine Core, but
it's going to be tough.
He's got a ways to go.
There's not much farm on the map they can safely get. They're forced to stick together as 5 a lot because of the Meepo, and No-Tail going to start grouping up with his team as well and look for some towers now. Something OG have not prioritized as much. They haven't needed to as of yet.
Man, oh man, takes you back. That Meepo pick at the end here. NiP were going to be forced to play that audible to get the Queen of Pain out from the mid lane here, but really what kind of options were best for them? Understand going in with this Huskar pick. Very good against the Gyrocopter here, but doesn't fare too well against a lot of the backstaff that OG bring in the Meepo here. It's hard to say within that moment with how much time what maybe could have been the best possible option, but even at that point I feel like OG just had such a good position in the draft. As long as they're able to execute and No-Tail can just have some fun on his Meepo, it would be very, very difficult to come back.
Yeah,
that's what we're seeing.
And OG looking to give no opportunities, playing things fairly safe by going methodically from tower to tower. They'll smoke up as well as 4. A bit of a sneaky little maneuver. They show Miracle bottom, and I think NiP are probably thinking, oh, Miracle's there with some backup, but the real threat is coming towards mid lane.
It's coming from behind. Oh, man.
Oh, God.
They're moving in. They have a sentry, but the smoke will pop now, but it might be too late. The flank plays here. No-Tail shows up, and a Fiend's Grip going to be quickly canceled. Nice vacuum wall, though, does come out. Moon, though, able to get the fishing catch. Jonas will grab a kill himself, taking down 2, but quickly NiP could be going down here, and Meepo goes down. Miracle, though, is going to be the last hurrah here. Gets out a big rocket barrage. Now looking to chase down Limp. Limp's going to have to charge up the stun. Turns back. He wants the man mode against Miracle, and Miracle barely able to make it away. Jonas is like, get these... Oh, he tried to go into Miracle. Almost got him, but those zombies just grabbing his ankles. Couldn't make it away.
And OG really wanted to fight that one. It was a great result for them. Not the best execution. It was actually 5 for 3, and gold exchange was almost non-existent. But they just went a bit too ham there, just running in, diving 5-man into a vacuum wall combo. Not to mention they started the fight with a Fiend script, which gets instantly cancelled. Very, very straightforward for an Alchemist. So they kind of used their spells in ways that it was not the most effective, but they were far enough ahead. It didn't really matter. Losing the Meepo kind of costly, but end result is fine for OG. This Husker is in Struggle Town, though. 0-4-0, just instantly dying at the start of the fight. This was meant to be the X-Factor hero. And Era's one of those players, NiP is very much, their game plan is centered around this guy. I feel like you look at NiP's results when Era's having a bad game or has like a negative KDA, they're probably losing 9 out of 10 games or more of those. And that's a very bad sign right now for NiP.
OG, we're not probably expecting the fight to kind of go so well for NiP where they got so many down. But imagine if like Moon didn't build Greedy or Blink Dagger.
If he had a blink if he had a blink stun initiation instead of Bane having to walk in for a Fiend script, that would have been a much easier fight.
But they went down this road with their confidence, and to them it's still working out very nicely. And gets a vacuum up one of the Meepos to the high ground here, and he's trying to go for the last second. Oh, not going to make it. We'll get taken down at the end of the back end of that grave. And now they don't have to worry about Darkseer and his ult combo here, and that means the high ground defense is not going to be as good here for NiP. They have an Acid Spray to drop and Sonic Wave in 9 seconds, but they are definitely losing this tier 2. Roche has got a little bit of time here, so we'll see if OG do decide to pull back, and they will. It's game 3 after all, and it's a very important matchup. Better to play it safe. We'll step back and just kind of take away the farm while they have the advantage. And
we goes to Bounty Rune. Doesn't look like he'll get punished, but no tell in hot pursuit.
Aha!
Blink up.
He feels the Radiance Burn. Oh, from downtown gets the connection of the Earthbind. Oh. Limp is going to charge up his stun, drop an Acid Spray.
That micro is insane!
This is ridiculous. So they don't all eat the stun.
Oh. That is not easy to micro, like, in the moment there, to split your Meepos like that.
StarCraft stuff, and Hanskin almost gets the kill with the Sonic Wave, but he's only going to be rewarded with some harassment from Moon, and Crit's like, yeah, sap that one up. Moon's going to get the last hit, and they will lose 2 all day. Right in the middle of No Tail flexing his micro power.
That was very, very nice play coming out from the Meepo. And then they get the follow-up kill on a Quap, so OG back in control. Roche has respawned.
Hi!
Yeah.
Dazzle's like, come on, man. Come on. Miracle just in the right place at the right time, gets rewarded with a free little support pick, and I will take these creeps from you, thank you.
Meepo Hex complete now, as if killing anyone on the map wasn't easy enough for him already.
This is not a raid boss, Huskar.
No, not at all.
It's a foot soldier.
And if OG want, the OG have scouted out Roshan, so likely will head towards it soon if they don't find a pickoff. And it looks like they're headed back that way now. This is likely the Roche that could lead to a laner for Axe.
Yes, and eventually the game here, if NiP are not going to be able to hold a candle to this offense of OG. And you could say that's for Limp to just farm up while he's got the time. I mean, you can still maybe get something to try to keep the pressure back. But he is pretty much all that NiP will have, because I do not see Era being really that great these fights. And now with the Roche, Aegis is going to be picked up here from the Meepo. OG can get a bit more loose with the way they want to pressure.
They're not ready for this Nyx to swoop on in. May find a career as well.
And he's got
overhead.
Oh, 2-man stun right there, Moon, if you want it.
He doesn't want the courier. Yeah, he wants the kills.
Boom, bang, bong. And there's going to be the follow-up kill. No Tail shows up, poofs in, and that's a Fiend's Grip on the Limp, and Limp is down, and he commits out his money, so he's got no buyback. 60 seconds will be out. Hanskin's going to try his best to split pressure this top lane, but eventually the pressure is becoming mid, as OG are looking for their first set of racks in Game 3.
Yeah, Fly just has slowly pushed things out as an Undying, but they'll get here in due time, and Moon already taking out creep waves as well. His Ag's almost complete. I'd say Ag's could be an Octarine or something. He's not even going for the Blink Dagger this game. That's definitely not the conventional build for him, but you've got great initiation from the Meepo with the Blink Dagger already, the Hex on top of that, so not feeling like they're in need of a Blink.
Oh man, what will NiP do? Big vacuum wall is the best they got. A preemptive weave that's only level 1. We'll try to slow them down. A sonic wave, which is also only level 1. I just don't think they're going to have the firepower to stop OG at this point. They're going to commit in a tombstone here. Weave is going to be done defensively. And could be one of the final stands here. And No Tail makes his move, jumps in, gets the bind, and Seal Kid goes down first. This is No Tail's first life here, and he's getting a lot from it. Vacuum back into the wall. Looks like they will get the Aegis popped. Air looking for the second
deep cuddle guy.
They're way behind enemy lines at this point. And Jonas still has him fighting inside the wall. Era looks like he could be going down, but can Limp get the follow-up? Meepo goes down. And OG, uh-oh, they don't like this. Crit self-sleep to dodge, but there goes Handskin's able to get the follow-up here, and Moon Kid going down. 3 go down all day from the side of OG.
That was a gem as well, going over to the side of NiP, which will help a lot against the Knicks, so...
They didn't even have to use a buyback for any of that.
Oh, that was just... Meepo just had this glimmer in his eye. He saw the dazzle, he's like, this is the one here that I want to blink and kill with my Hex because it means there's no grave. So, like, if he goes on an Alchemist or a Husker, they get grave, they get kept alive, which is always... It's annoying, it's not really game-changing, and I think he's just kind of overestimated just how important that grave is, because committing that hard just for a dazzle was not worth it at all. And his teammates don't have BKBs, so like a Gyro is reluctant to go diving underneath tier 4 towers without a BKB. If he gets stunned up or just caught by like a Shadow Strike slow, a vacuum wall, like he's likely to go down. So the backup isn't really that. It's very hard for OG to back him up when he goes in that deep under tier 4s.
NiP were pretty durable too. You got to remember, even though it's just level 1, that weave was stacked up by that point.
Well, it's not like there's even a mech on the side of OG. I say they just pick one up now, but if they had like a mech on fly, it's one thing, but they did it with like no mech, no Vlads, like none of these like pushing items.
I was surprised to see with No Tail when his huge commitment and his team was kind of hanging behind. I was expecting him to do a bit more structural damage, but they can only get the tier 3
Call down
solo.
bottom, Handskin. Oh my gosh, that was...
It's hard to watch, I'm sure.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't want to show it.
That was very kind of you.
Yeah. Top lane though. Moon is looking to move in. He's got the Ags now. Stun him, boy! Stun him! He wants to get in the Vendetta Strike first. We'll do so, and now he's going to hide under the earth. Carapace stun. Follow up with the Fiend's Grip here. Comes back out of Burrow. Starts swatting him in the face, and they're going to get the kill. All right. Oh, Alchemist's going to be out. Does have the money for the buyback here, but he was hoping to reserve some of that money to build up into what looks like his AC here for the next defense, but that could be coming sooner than later. His bottom lane, they're going to get the Hex on the Jonas, tries to sidestep the Earthbind, but that ain't happening. He goes down, he is out, no buyback, no vacuum wall going to be happening on this defense, and now they look to go for Era, commits the call down and everything. He is just going to stand and plant with that grave and try to fight someone down, and, well, No Tail won't be dropping, or will he? He will go down to the burn. And Miracle could be the follow-up kill here from Limp. They force out the buyback, but they will lose their cores. Even Moon running right through the tower. What is he doing? He's still spotted here.
These teams realize it's an elimination match. Come on, guys.
Okay, well, they're trying to make this game as interesting as possible here for NiP.
All right. I mean, the aggression at bottom from Meepo was understandable. They had forced out a buyback. It was very much there was 2 heroes alive, the Husker, the Dazzle. Husker just got enough burning spears off on one of the Meepos that he just burned down, and it was one of the things OG don't really have. They've got a mech as well as the Soul Rip to protect the single focused fire from on a Meepo, but Fly was not there. He was off in the top lane taking the fight that happened elsewhere. So, NiP, hold on for now.
NiP are only going to get a bit better here. The more this Darkseer is able to get, I still don't know if this Huskar is going to be more of a problem.
This Darkseer is probably the key hero for NiP at this stage. Like, Darkseer is going to come up big in these fights.
We saw it in that matchup of Vici Gaming going against Secret, and Ice and his Darkseer was just keeping them in the game. But they took like 4 straight fights. They ended up losing the game, but it was like, at that point, before the first big comeback fight, it was like, oh, this is certainly Secret's game. But Darkseer is just one of those kind of heroes. Big vacuum wall set up, a good high ground defense, and they are right back in it here.
Now OG putting together some of those teamfight items. They get a Vlad's on Bane, the mech complete on Undying. Pulling things together a bit more now. I still feel they really need the Blink Dagger on Moon. It's just such a good way to guarantee like a 2 or 3 hero impale to start a fight off. And he's the ideal hero to start a fight. You don't want Meepo to be the one leading the way and then getting... If he blinks in first and then say, yeah, he can chain and snare, get a Hex off, but he sets himself in a position to get focused down and killed at the start of the fight.
Hey! That's the stun, the Vendetta, the Burrow, Carapace stun. Before he could surge, Earthbind. I mean, I've seen this before. Poof, 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 and Darkseer goes down. Out for a minute, no buyback here, and they're going to get the pick. NiP need a bit more careful mid lane. Era looking to open up. They're going to get Miracle down. All right, Gyrocopter going to be grabbed by them. And they're quickly looking to head out here before NiP get caught by the second wave of OG here, who are rotating in from the north. Moon committing with an early burrow, but NiP not looking to hang around.
Yeah, looking for that long-range impale, and OG still on the aggressive despite losing the gyrocopter. You've got Meepo poised at the top lane to go for some pickoffs. TP's one Meepo down bottom, and probably eyeing off the next Roche respawn, although it won't be for at least a couple of minutes, possibly longer.
Well, for now, NiP just kind of gifted these little bits of kills, and the further OG are ahead, the more that NiP get rewarded for these little bits of kills. But hey, Miracle's still pretty damn farmed. He's got an MKB after his SNY. I still wouldn't mind seeing a Silver Edge. I mean, if you want to take Era totally out of the picture, it could help a bit, but...
I think BKB is really just the option as well.
Yeah.
It's great against the Husker Burning Spears, great against Darkseer because you can kind of prevent the vacuum. Like, when you go fighting in, you know the counter initiation is the vacuum wall, but if you're BKB, Jonas has to wait for the BKB to wear off before he can go for the blink vacuum wall, or he's just going to go in and not get a vacuum on a BKB target.
Look at this. NiP smoked up, confidently looking to move in. Now they know they're up there because Hanskin's smoke will dissipate. But they don't want to find to a high ground like that. Yeah. Oh, now they smoke up. They blink in. No tail. Looking to make the move on the Hanskin here. Gets the caught with the sheep and a quad poof. Centuple poof. I don't know. Vacuum back into the wall here. And NiP all caught together with a big stun from Moon. And now they're not moving anywhere. Fiend's grip, and they got everything they could ask for. NiP will begin to fall like dominoes, one by one. Miracle with a double. No tail with a double. They're moving in like hope to God the tiniest timer ever of Roche, but that's not the case. And
that team wipe happened so fast.
Yeah, it did. Oh man, NiP just got caught with a huge stun right there.
It was a sub like less than 10 seconds and 5 heroes were dead.
Gold begins to rain on the OG at this point.
Yep. And with that, they may finally get a lane of racks. Yes. Felt like it could happen a bit earlier. Alchemist will have no buyback. He used it earlier to defend the bottom lane, and
Quap 40 commits hers. This tier 3 goes down. Alchemist is not going to be a part of this fight. Era may barely. But even if Darkseer is to return, he will have no wall. I don't know, gods. One set of racks, maybe even two.
It looks like it could be two. Meepo picks up an E-Blade, which is huge boost to his damage output. Yeah, he gets so much agility from this. He pushes ridiculously fast.
Oh man, look at the towers go down. Tier 3 going to be dropped here. NiP, this is their summit life. Are they going to be holding on at all? Can they do anything about it?
At this point, OG don't even mind dying if they get a second lane of racks. If they lose a Meepo or something, it's not a big deal, but I don't think they're going to lose a Meepo.
Oh no. Era's back. Already ion shelled up, but OG confident, very happy. They take 2 sets of racks. They will walk away with their winnings and already begin their moves at the top lane where a tier 2 still stands.
That tier 2 standing prevents the mega creeps. If not for that tier 2, NiP would have just probably lost the game, and they're going to make a quick move towards top. They may catch up Meepo.
They need
he's already out.
Second, and he's gone.
Oh. Good fast play from Meepo. Just headed towards the top lane. No tail's like, okay, I'm going to push this out, then immediately get back towards the mid lane, back to safety, because they're going to see me and try and punish this.
Yeah, they're hoping for the Roche to come up, which it's going to need another minute or so. But with this Aegis, they are in a great position to take out the last set of racks, and NiP recognize that this has got to be their YOLO moment. They've already smoked up. They're heading towards the pit where they anticipate OG will be. Weave will give the vision that No Tail's waiting. Era gets caught with the longest stun ever from that burrow. But now we're back to a standoff here. It's Cowboys now as they both go into high noon and facing off each other.
Burrowed Nyx is so good for Roche fights because the Impale goes down to a 7-second cooldown while you're burrowed. Makes it very difficult to engage. He's going to keep spamming those stuns out. And the range on the stun as well as the mana burn is just ridiculous.
NiP can't stay around now. No Tail pushing in this top lane, forces someone back. They got to get back and make sure the base is safe. They can't take the fight now, and that means OG are going to get the Aegis.
They've just conceded Roche, and with that, I don't know if it's conceded the game, but it's very close to doing so.
Miracle will get it started, and the other team will step back to help them out now. And NiP is going to have to start to sketch out what the plan is going to be for the final defense of their summit life.
Buy out everything you can. They complete just a solo crest on a Husker. Alchemist, he's got 2k gold. He can't really buy all too much with this, unfortunately. It just comes down to the Darkseer. Darkseer at this point really wants to blink. I wouldn't even mind seeing him sell your Stout Shield, sell your Soul Ring, sell whatever you can to give you that money to finish a Blink Dagger, but I don't even think if he sold everything apart from his Greaves, maybe he'd have enough. but very much this defense comes down to Darkseer.
I don't think NiP can even smoke out for another YOLO play. Doesn't look like it here. They just got to anticipate that trouble's coming from the north. Meepo already getting it started here. Jonas is going to have to step back and pray for the Hail Mary of vacuum wall plays here with the rest of his team.
Oh, he picks up a point booster as well. I mean, at this point, it's very much like a buy whatever we can for this last fight kind of approach, but that's a bit of extra HP is not going to make any difference at all here.
We'll see. It's Meepo who has the Aegis here, but they're not going to put him out in front. Moon is just going to confidently hide right under the tower here. Hanskin commits in. There's going to be the weave, and Hanskin could be going down just as fast. Does get the Grave to keep him alive here. They'll step back, and they get the Arcane's help. Big vacuum into the wall. Jonas, though, going to get caught out with the Earthbind here. Can't commit a big follow-up, and Miracle starts to chunk everyone down. They drop. Buyback's going to be forced out here from Limp. Limp looking to re-engage, but the rest of the team are already swarming, looking to go for the win, looking to go for the Mega Creeps, looking to come to the summit. It looks like OG could do it here. They're able to lose 3. Hanskin barely alive, but it's No Tail. Finishing the job that was once started. Will lose the Aegis here. Era already looking to go to work. Moon keeping him back. Carapace is going to stun him up. That looks ridiculous as he has a crazy Thorn Tiara. We'll step back and away, and now Jonas, last survivor here. No Tail completes out the Megas, and it looks like they could be completing out the game, but NiP, they'll get the last laugh as they do clear out all 5, but the Megas are already out.
Maybe if they're got a sadistic sense of humor here.
Go mid lane, go!
Well, can they? There's a Meepo buyback, a Jara buyback, and these heroes will be respawning quickly, so it's all in now for NiP. It looks like they're out of the Summit 4, but OG will have to just probably defend one more time. I can't see NiP turning this one, though.
No.
They just don't have it. There's tier 2 towers still on the map, so it's not like they can even all 5 men down mid lane. They've got to stabilize, pick up what items they can. How many buybacks was that? It was 2 buybacks, it looks like.
Yep.
Darkseer and Alchemist. And this is a less than 1% chance. I mean, 1%'s being generous right now.
Yeah.
Give them a fraction percent.
Well, they got a 5-man wipe at the end, I guess. But
yeah, well, it looked good.
But OG just recognized that they're not looking to commit all in for a fight to take out people. They want to take out what's important. That's the base. So No Tail was juggling between finishing out the racks, which is what matters, and helping his allies, while Moon was like trying to be the gatekeeper in that fight. Hey, deal with me and my burrow while my team takes your racks.
Borrowed Nyx with Octarine, like that's brings down the stun to like it was like a 5.25 second cooldown. Mana burn on like a 3-second cooldown. He was dishing out immense damage there. All of his spells are like you've got 3 active spells that you're spamming outside of the Vendetta, and all on very low cooldowns. That's also where Darkseer was kind of struggling to make. And he got a great vacuum wall off. He did so despite the Nyx assassin on the other team.
Yeah, that's where like not having a Blink Dagger makes it a bit harder if you want to go in there and just kind of break up the Darkseer combo. But at this point, now it's NiP again going to have to pull out a defense, but they have already lost so much. And these creeps, they hit a lot harder than they used to. So being able to deal with that. Oh, and the courier goes down. It has a halberd on it. The bird drops the bird. As if things were hard enough.
I'm buying whatever you can at this stage.
Because you're just hoping to disarm Miracle, who didn't go with a BKB. But
yeah. He has got the MKB, and you talked about the Silver Edge. I like the MKB more just because the evasion's a big problem, and the Life Break actually dispels off the Silver Edge effect, so if you hold on to the Life Break for the Silver Edge, you immediately get rid of it. So it's better to have the MKB to deal with the Husker evasion.
That's true.
Which he's been stacking up heavily. He's got Solar Crest and, well, a Halberd in theory, once the courier comes back alive.
NiP looking to pull out what Alliance, I believe, did to them. What feels like a couple of weeks back. The craziest comeback, they say, in Dota. I don't even know if it was this grim at that point. You're looking at a 30k net worth advantage for OG, who already have Megas. Right now, NiP playing their best tower defense game to just keep the Megas back in at bay here. I mean, they got a team that can do it. Ion Shells and Alchemists and all this good stuff to try to just keep the pressure off, but it's a matter of OG swarming into the pit and finishing the job.
Yeah, we may have to wait 5 minutes because that's how long it's going to take for Roche to respawn, according to our little pop-up. So, if OG want to really play things safe, they will wait for that Roche respawn. A Miracle buying out Butterfly Satanic does not have buyback, but The upside is he now has the Satanic, so if he gets low, he can pop that, and there's not the best lockdown to prevent him from healing himself back up to full HP.
No Tail very close to his buyback, and it could be a buyback Boots of Travel. Now he has it, so could be waiting for that. But like you said, they could be playing it extra safe and waiting for this guy to come back.
Moon actually gets a late game Blade Mail as well. It's
really
interesting little pickup.
Over a Blink Dagger.
No.
I just will not understand.
He's just being he just wants to be sitting in the burrow, so like the Blink, I guess, doesn't help you when you're burrowed up, but...
If you jump in, get that huge Carapace stun, it's like a mini Ravage. So wonderful.
So here we go. Miracle actually willing to go on the high ground now. Has the Nyx backing him up, and
just getting rid of all the little buffer towers.
At this point, NiP really need BKBs. They can't run and fight into this. Doxy has sold his boots and everything. He sold his Greaves to buy an Ag Scepter.
Ags, oh my goodness. That's all in. That's
No
all
boots,
in for your big
Doxy.
combo. NiP
just wants a Gyro Illusion, I guess. Meepo's buying wards. He's saying I'm 6 slotted.
Stunning up Limp, so he has to eat these creeps.
That mana
man,
too.
Miracle's like, this is my chance. Quickly moves in, wants to get the finish on one of the tier 4s.
One right click, easy.
I don't want it. I don't want it. They're not ready.
One right click at a time. I mean, look at like, Meepos are farming like 3 different neutral camps at one.
Yeah.
He's got his main Meepo at the mid lane, ready to fight, and then the other 4 Meepos off farming.
Call down, Era. We'll soak it up. Not too worried about that one. Just gotta be able to sidestep it here. Can you get that tier 4? Miracle. Woo! Moves in. Draws out Era with a long jump from that life break. Moon under Burrow is spotted out, but man, he's hard to bring down.
The E-Blade as well.
Oh man.
That's a cute little play.
Oh, they get the stun to Era. Vacuum setup. There it is. This is it. Sonic Wave, but they quickly shrug it off with a mech. I don't think it's going to be enough. NiP will begin to go down here. Can they hold? Long jump from Era to go on to Moon. And now changes course, looking to go for fly as he does go into burrow form here. They split up their targets, Eric trying to keep them backing away. While this happens though, No Tail is going for the tier 4s. He wants the win. Fly gets a double kill and it looks like they're going to be able to do it as No Tail starts pouncing away at the throne. Limp comes back and says, please don't do this! Don't do this!
He wants to kill.
Blows him up with the poof, and that is going to be game. OG are going to be moving on into the final round of the lower bracket to square up against Empire. The winner of that match will secure their spot at the Summit 4 LAN, but it looks like the journey is going to be over for NiP.
They had a good run. They knocked out some top contenders. They were actually the team who took out Vega, who've been one of the top Western European teams, and unfortunately, it comes to an end here for the Ninjas in Pyjamas.
Yep.
Come close a few times now. I believe last Summit Qualifiers, they also made it into kind of like the top 3, top 4, and just narrowly got edged out.
Another Summit without Swedes.
Yeah, it's been a while.
They're nice guys, too.
I know. They actually talk, they answer interview questions.
Yep. Oh, well. OG. And No Tail on the journey for his 4th straight Summit, still alive here, and we get to see a familiar matchup if they're able to make it all the way into the finals. They have been going against Liquid so many times, and